Here we're going to look at example 1 from topic 1, operations on real numbers. So 1.1, we're going to understand sets and subsets. In the set of numbers from 1 to 10, which elements are in both the subset of even numbers and the subset of multiples of 5? So this is kind of the question they're asking us, and then we have most of it already written out. Just want to point out a couple of things so we can go over some vocabulary and just be familiar with sets and subsets. So a set is a collection of objects such as numbers, and an element of a set is an object that is in that set. Write a set by listing the elements and enclosed in these kind of curly brackets here. So this piece here, this A, that's the name of the set. So they mention up here, or they didn't mention it, but we would call this set A. And then each of these pieces here, these are the elements of the set. All right, so in this case, the elements of set A are the numbers 1 through 10. Next, we're looking at set B, or they're telling us what a subset is. So they're saying set B is a subset of set A if each element of B is also an element of A. So if we look at B here, remember, this is the name. So that's the name of the set. In set B, we have the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And if we look back at A, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are all elements of set A. So since everything from B is from A, we can call B a subset of A. And then if you look at set C, so we have the elements 5 and 10, those numbers are also from set A, so that we can call set B a subset of A. Now, if we look at B and C, they're not subsets of one another, because in C you have 5 and 10, but in B only 10 is there. So C is not a subset of B, B is not a subset of C. But each of these, B and C, are both subsets of A. And then there's just this basic statement down here. The number 10 is the only number that is an element of both subsets. We can kind of see that pretty clearly. They don't share the number 5, but they do share 10, so that's the only number that's an element of both subsets. And that's really it. Sets and subsets are pretty straightforward. You're just looking at the elements. They'll be listed out again in your brackets. Be aware of how to name the sets and be aware of how to list the sets and then what a subset is. The triad example, they want you to figure out which numbers in set A are elements in both the subset of odd numbers and the subset of multiples of 3. So you'd create two new subsets, one being the odd numbers, the second being multiples of 3, and then you want to see compare them and see which ones are in both of those subsets.